Hi guys, you are listening to the Cat with Strength podcast. If you enjoy this show, don't forget to give it a share. We're on episode 12. So, which leads me into introducing our guest of the show today, episode 12. We've also got Alys Eadon, hashtag EadonFit in the show today. Say hello, Al, first.
Hello.
I was on the show. And the guest today is no other than Shaun Gopalan. Shaun, how's it going?
Hi, you alright?
Yeah, good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not bad.
How was the trip down here?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Come up to Aberystwyth Sunday and then drove down from there today.
Nice.
I know. Split the drive, innit?
Oh, nice. Just you come back? Or?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Stowe man.
Same, man. Did you bring your laundry home with you?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah. Had a bit left.
Food going back with you?
Nah, sadly, well, not a plug, but I got Simmer Eats, so I got all my lunches with me anyway.
Simmer Eats, if you can help us leave a bit of a share, that'd be ideal, thank you. Right?
Yeah.
What's Simmer Eats? Meal prep?
Yeah, the class.
Gops, before we start, I know you as Gops, so I'm going to refer to you as Gops today.
It's fine by me.
Before we start the show today, we like to ask our listeners a question of the day. So we'll ask Al as well, first time on the show today. So the question of the day today would be, if you were to star in a film, what film would you choose?
I feel like I'd go something like Rush Hour. On the cusp of being, like, not being able to do it anymore. But it's absolutely hilarious, and you have the blend of the two cultures. It's come up a lot in the last week, especially with the TikTok ban and people going over to Red Note. So I've seen a lot of clips, and it's definitely stuck in my mind. I'd love to do a Rush Hour.
That's such a good film. I haven't watched that in years, you know.
No.
So back in the day, I come back to you, I know. So back in the day, we used to have like DVDs. I used to have about 10 DVDs, and instead of watching new films, you just rewatch the same DVDs all the time. I had Rush Hour was one of them. I had Rush Hour 1 and Rush Hour 2.
They were class.
Great film.
So many iconic scenes.
Yeah.
Madness.
Is he? Sorry, I'll come back to you. Is he the guy that Chris Rock punched? Will Smith punched.
No, he's
one,
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker.
Yeah, he's friends with everybody. Like everybody in Hollywood he's friends with. So.
What else was he on?
Honestly, couldn't name another film with him in. That's the thing.
He's a great actor, he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll never forget his Michael Jackson karaoke in Rush Hour. So
Class.
that would be me.
What was Al?
High School Musical.
Oh, shut up. Oh my god.
My voice.
High School Musical. Why?
Because I got a good singing voice.
Oh my god.
Those of you at the Christmas party know I do not have the best singing voice.
Yeah, this is the most entertaining karaoke. You know, can we put a link in the show, like with a YouTube link, and we'll post it? There we are. So what we'll do for the show, we'll put in a link of Al singing. What song were you singing, Al?
Man, I Feel Like a Woman.
Oh my god.
Screams.
And Manuela, Alice and Manuela. Manuela, she's only learned English in the last 5 years. And then you had Alice, who seems like she just doesn't know how to speak English. Going at the same time.
Oh, it was epic, yeah.
Genuine though, High School Musical.
I think so, yeah.
Fair enough.
I know all the words as well. Oh, no.
Just for you listeners listening, Al's actually lost her voice. She's been on a skiing trip. This is our third holiday of the year.
It's all new there, come on.
I lost her voice has been on the cigarettes out in the Alps. Good trip.
Yeah, good trip, yeah.
Any offs? Any jumps?
Had a few.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was you right? Survived?
Oh, fine, yeah.
That's funny in his element out there with like all the chalk with the snow. He just
Oh, yeah, but it was cold. He's
Nah.
like the world's hottest man, like, he's always warm.
Alice's partner Heath. Have you met him?
No, I don't think so.
He just like feels the need, right? We've got a chalk ball in the gym. He feels the need to like get that. He places that next to him wherever he trains. Like if he's on the ski, he's on a bike, gets that chalk ball with him.
He's using the phone roller. He's like,
Chokes his feet up just for the bike. Chokes everything.
Yeah.
Terrible. Yeah. Anyway, Gops, tell us a bit about yourself.
Originally from Aberystwyth.
Good place.
Yeah. Penglai School. Sorry. Went to Swansea University from there.
What did you do there?
Geography of all things. Basically, I grew up going, I'm going to do law. Got to sixth form and the teachers turned around and were like, you're not going to read that much, are you? I was like, no. So they were like, do something you're decent at. I was like, okay, geography. Did 3 years of geography and then pivoted again and went into finance. Went to work for Deloitte. Deloitte, accounting firm down in Cardiff. Did like a year there. I figured out at that point I'm struggling to figure out what I wanted to do. Started getting into like the data analytics side of things.
Cool.
So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that through school. Like I did like maths A level and stuff. But yeah, ended up going to then bounce into a energy company called Amber Energy, and then since then I've been at Arcadis, a engineering consulting firm, global firm, doing their financial reporting.
Awesome.
But then in COVID I got the chance to do my PT qualification, and here we are. I somehow got to a podcast.
Oh, that's cool, mate. That's cool. I like seeing people pivot. It's quite nice. Like no one knows what they want to do when they're in school. When I was in school, I did rugby coaching and performance degree only because the only thing I really liked doing was playing rugby. So I did what did you want to be in school?
I think I wanted to be a vet nurse.
Damn.
Yeah.
I have a clue. And then you kind of fall into things then, don't you?
Yeah, massively.
And then, like, if you just jump on opportunities and you find something you enjoy, you kind of just gotta like try things out, I think.
Yeah, I feel like you're luckier if you're in a city because you've got the recruiters coming after you. I feel like I don't think people around like rural areas get that opportunity to be like headhunted from other jobs as much, so they end up being in one career for a lot longer. Like my sister has a go at me. She's like, "You're jumping jobs like there's no tomorrow," and I'm like,
Chasing the cash as.
yeah. There's a ceiling. I got to get past it. But no, it's good fun.
So what do you do in work now then? You run financial...
Yeah, I
this kind of thing goes on my head.
build financial reporting for a company. Luckily, it's a global role, so I work throughout the day as long as I work my time. It's very flexible. Means I can train, coach.
Class.
Yeah.
You work from home most of the time then?
Pretty much all the time. Like technically, my main office is Cardiff. I don't go in there very often. There's nobody there I need to speak to.
Class.
Like my manager's in Seattle, so I don't need to. I realistically don't need to do too much work before 3 p.m. So get everything done before there.
Is that why you're travelling all the time? Every time I look at Cops' Instagram pages on a plane somewhere, flying first class, like there's like flip-flops, Birkenstocks, what are they called? Birkenstocks?
Yeah. Gotta be in the Birks.
He hates Birks.
I
love
also,
him.
Sorry,
but you're going to rock up in Crocs or
yeah.
I'd
I'd rather rock up my Wellingtons and wear Birks. I'm going on holiday next week, funny enough, and I need flip-flops or something on my feet that is not Nike Dunks. And I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to get something. And Kate's like, oh, you should get one of those Birkenstocks. I'm like, fucking no chance. No way. Do you? Have you got a pair?
Yeah.
Super comfy.
Yeah.
Give them a week to like get your foot moulded in. Class.
Foot moulded in.
Yeah, they're solid when you get them.
Not for me. You know, like they approach me tomorrow. They'd be like, oh, we'd love to sponsor the show. I'm like, nah.
It's alright. Yeah.
Gotta stick to your values. Gotta stick to your principles in life, you know.
Yeah, very
Di,
nice.
do you wear them?
No.
You don't look like the type now. You're more like
I
me.
don't know, I think you do.
Fashionably.
I don't like Oaks either.
Nah, exactly. Yeah, they're in the same boat.
To be fair, I don't think I've ever had a pair of Oaks.
No, it's not for me.
Maybe.
Have you got a pair of Crocs?
No. See, I'm
No.
the Birk side of the Crocs Birks debate.
More Crocs than Birk.
Yeah. It's like a bit of a divide in that. We should put it not for me anyway. But how long have you been in the fitness industry for then?
So it's coming up to 4 years this year.
Class. Enjoyed it?
Yeah, really love. Like, you can't say you love every sector. There are ups and downs. Like at the start, I feel like like everything, even with training, like you increase like your number of clients, everything really quickly, and then there could be a lull, like a plateau, and it's hard to get motivated at that point because you're so used to going up. If it starts dipping down again, you have to remind yourself like you're at the start.
Yeah.
Like I saw a stat. I have no idea how like accurate this is, but like 60% of PTs quit within the first like 2 years or
I
something.
thought it was more. I think I could be getting this wrong, but I thought it was more like 90% fail within the first year, and then another 90% of those 10% left fail within 3 years after that or something.
Yeah, so I feel really lucky to be able to make it this far anyway, especially considering it's not a side hustle, but like a passion project.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going well. Obviously, the January pickups are coming, and always happy to help people with their New Year goals. But I've tried not to plug anything January related on my socials, other than like saying grab a gym partner. Like that's always a good thing to plug. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the like 8-week shred and stuff like that. So it's
I don't think I've been coaching now for over 10 years, and I can honestly, I've never posted anything with 8, 12, 6, whatever weeks in front of it. It's just not happened.
Yeah.
Ever. Yeah, it just cringes me out. I don't like being salesy either. I hate talking about money. You know, like people come into the gym and they're like, oh, how much is a membership? And I'm well, you know, don't really talking about money or sales. And you see some coaches out there, all they post is the deal of the week or the deal of the month. And and it takes away a little bit from like what you actually want to do as a coach and like what you want to achieve with your members, I think.
Yeah, I feel like that ends up happening. So, luckily it hasn't happened with you, but I feel like it happens for a lot of people once they get past a certain number of clients and they start thinking, well, I can start talking about money now because they're just going to see how many people are already here. They're going to just jump on the bandwagon anyway. Yeah. So it's definitely my least favourite part of a discovery call is giving them the prices.
Oh. Do you know what does my head in? Yeah, what? You know these like personal training mentors that everyone sees?
Yeah.
They do my head in. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
I just can't cope with them. They're all like, I'm going to teach you how to get your monthly recurring revenue up to blah, 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 blah. I'm going to get you like, piss off. Like I can't, like, it's all about money and like trying to get this, that and the other. And they've all got like a fancy car. And you like the video they'll post. They like drive up in like, I don't know, like an Audi RS3 or something, and the bloke walks out, he's got a chain on, he's got a sleeve tattoo, shit haircut, and he's telling you like how he got his business from the here to here, and he's going to help you. And then you do like a discovery call with him then, and you find out it's 600 quid a month, and all he's going to tell you is, you need to post more on social media, you need to get social proof to show that you can get results, blah de blah de blah. And I think people just like are vulnerable to it, and
massive.
And those are probably the PTs to fail with in the first year because they spend £600 a month giving Steve they're
putting themselves in the hole straight away
for a 60-minute Zoom call a week. Whereas you're probably better off using that 60-minute a week that you've got, trying to either build your personal brand, build your like business brand, or just trying to get better results with your clients, like giving them a message. Hey Susan, how's it going? How did you find the weekend? You know, like things like that. I think, but
no, definitely spending that 60 minutes on 4 15-minute calls with clients or something like that,
which is a graft.
Like
the more clients you have, the more of a graft there is. Like Al's just started online coaching this year now, and to be fair to you, like you're flat out on your phone and like you're not used to it.
No, like I find it really difficult. Like coming back from New Zealand, they're not really very like technical savvy. And coming back here and having to be on social media, like and managing my time now. So like in the evenings, I still spend time with Heath, but like sometimes I'll be sat on my phone, and he'll be like, "Oh, like I am here," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know you're here. This is just like my business." So I'm just trying to manage time.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like you can work anywhere in the world as an online coach, which is a huge luxury of being an online coach. But it doesn't really stop, does it? You don't have a day off. Like I get people. I've had messages Christmas Day of people, and it's like, I've had too many promotions. I'm like, chill out. It's alright. Like,
switch off.
Yeah. People just want your like attention. And in fairness to them, like they've invested in you as a coach. And like there is a responsibility that you've got, to provide that accountability and support. But it's a tough balance.
Definitely. Like even like you said, I'm always traveling. I was in Singapore the other week, and I had to take half a day off just to program everything. And I mean, it sounds like woe is me. Don't get me wrong. I'm in Singapore, and these people are, like you said, invested in me for their coaching and their programming. But you have to think about that. You have to take the time out on your holiday to. I'm going on holiday now in 2 weeks, and Katie's like, don't know why I'm whispering. She's in the next room. She's like, you're not going to take your laptop, are you? I'm like, just in case. I'll probably take it just in case. But I'll be taking my laptop. I'll have to wait for her to go to bed, but I just catch up with things. But it's a job. Yeah, definitely.
Back to the start. You just said about TikTok. What's the crack with TikTok?
That's back. It was back within 12 hours.
What happened?
So
talk me through it.
The gist I've got is that America don't like that. They think TikTok's owned by China, or I think it is owned by a Chinese company, and then they say that they can see everything. The funniest thing I saw was a video of a congressman talking to a lawyer, and the congressman was like, "So TikTok connects to the Wi-Fi network?" They were like, "Yeah." So if TikTok connects to the Wi-Fi network, can it connect to all of my other devices? It was like, no, it uses the Wi-Fi exactly like every other app on your phone. And this congressman just didn't want to stop, and they were out for them from the start. But they managed 12 hours before Trump turned around and made them a deal, and it's already back. So
Trump's in now, isn't he?
Yeah.
he is.
I feel like it's a controversial topic for the podcast. You know, you're going to get a mixed amount of listeners, but yeah, big news, isn't it?
Aye, it was a long day yesterday on telly.
I'm so bad. The best thing about the Trump thing going in for me was like all the country music artists singing. That was class. Carrie Underwood was singing. Yeah. Jason Aldean was there. Brilliant.
Well, it was a good show.
Imagine, I'd love that in the UK. You know, like, the next Prime Minister comes in and it's just like a big country music concert. Everyone with a cowboy hat on. Brilliant. That's what we need in the UK.
That would be an element.
That's what we
I'd
need.
be there.
I'd be there. Yeah.
I'd be there.
You like your country there?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
That's what I was expecting when I come in earlier, but Kate had the music on for the class. So
yeah, there's a mixed. We've just done. I've just done one of those like survey monkeys with my members. I like doing it every now and then just to check, how things are going, how they think that we can improve, etc. And one of the questions was just about the coaches and the coaching and etc. And then because obviously we've got different coaches coaching different classes. It's good to get feedback on them. And the only the only negative feedback we had was the choice of music with certain coaches is questionable. And it's obviously talking about me today. Because I'm just playing country music all the time, yeah.
I think the worst was when the Christmas music started in November. That was probably the
You've got to embrace it, mate. There's other gyms around if you want to move.
Now that'd be the end of me.
I'd
be running.
I love it. Yeah. We've you got like this system now where we can actually change the music. Like say I'm at home with the kids, I can like just go on my phone and change the music in the gym when there's a class on. So like we've been fucking with each other. Like I was playing.
Dangerous.
Yeah. No, that's good. Any concerts, country concerts coming up? Did you get Zach Bryan tickets?
No, I didn't get them.
To try?
Yeah.
I didn't get any.
No. Absolute gold dust now.
Yeah.
Country's just gone through the roof. Like I remember trying to get Luke tickets when they came. Like luckily we got them, but it was amazing.
Yeah,
Hell of a
I
night.
haven't seen him. Everyone was him.
We saw. Was he? Where did you see him? Hyde Park, or was it?
Hyde Park. Yeah, he was good.
The only thing I've heard from that was that most people couldn't see. Like, because it was such a big space. Like, loads of people were just like staring at the sky, listening to him.
We hit gold dust, we did. So, like, one of my clients, Dawn, big shout out to Dawn, Sarah Nursery in Lambton. Her partner, Andy Ling, works for Technogenics, I think it's called. You probably know that one with me. But he's the guy that does the lasers for these shows.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And he's big time. Like, he goes to, like, Kanye West concerts, Taylor Swift concerts. And Dawn messaged me a couple of weeks before that concert, and he was like, Andy's working in this guy called Morgan Wadden's concert in Hyde Park in the weekend. He doesn't know who he is and he doesn't like country. Do you want them? And I was like, fuck yeah, I'll have them. And they were Golden Circle tickets.
Gee.
And they were literally like, I don't know if you saw my Instagram story at the time, but literally...
You were so close.
Yeah, Pat Mahomes, again, I don't know who Pat Mahomes was at the time, but he was like in the VIP booth, literally like an arm's length away from us. So like I was standing next to Pat Mahomes, more or less.
Crazy.
I don't know who that was at the time until I watched the Netflix documentary. There's a quarterback. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Class.
He's up there with the conversation with one of the best quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah.
Do you know Pat Mahomes? Big man. Big name.
He looks like, right, another shout out, Ryan Holmes, who trains in the gym. Do you know Ryan Holmes?
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, Ryan Holmes and Pat Mahomes. Funny enough, they got the same moustache. Yeah.
Mullet.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah,
genuinely, he has. I've seen him tonight actually. I'm going to tell him he's been mentioned in the podcast. It's another listener for us. We're up to 3 now. Mum, Dad, and Ryan Holmes. So Ryan, when you listen, can you give us a review, please? I'd appreciate it. I like to ask people all the time, Gops, I'll ask Alice actually as well. What's your biggest icks in the fitness industry?
I think you stumbled on one earlier, was the mentor stuff. It's usually financial mentoring. Like, they will message you non-stop. Like, I don't know how many of those I get a day. I'm like,
Paul with they follow you then, and then they start liking your stories. And,
and then they message you, and you're like, oh no.
Yeah, so the message is coming, isn't it?
Yeah. And you accidentally read it, and then they just like pester you for the next 2 weeks. That's probably it.
They'll message you something really nice, like, well done mate, you're smashing it. And then you obviously got to answer back and you say, cheers mate, appreciate it. Next question will be like, so where do you think you're going, where would you like to work on next year? I'm like, here we go. I should think it's like,
Gotta be photo editing.
That's bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it really gets under my skin.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Like that is rough.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how it's still allowed.
No, I know.
Banned in certain countries. Netherlands banned it.
I think what annoys me
great.
is when people believe it's real. You know what I mean? Like it just.
It's everywhere.
Messing with
Rife.
people's.
Lighting, like, I'm all for a bit of good lighting, man. You know?
It takes some years.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going on holiday. Like, did I mention we're going on holiday next week?
No, you didn't. There's no anything else.
I'm going on holiday next week. I'm going to be like t-shirt in the pool for the majority, but then once I find some good lighting, it's going to
Be like, where's the sun?
it's all about positioning.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, where do you want to take the business, like, with the fitness? Do you want to stay as a side hustle, or do you want to go full time?
I mean, I'd love to. It'd be a big leap of faith to do it. I'd have to get to a certain position, I think. So my brand, so with Coach Gopalan, it's just one-to-one coaching. That's what I want to stick with. It's my bread and butter, and that's bespoke to whoever turns up. But I'm working on, so Lloyd Thomas from Neath, Swansea Way. Big shout out to Lloyd. Me and him are going to be working on some group programming as well for culture of fitness. So it's just another avenue that I'm going to try and work towards and see where that takes me, to be honest.
That's cool.
Yeah, well, that's probably the next 12 months anyway.
Yeah, things take time, don't they?
Yeah.
It was a side hustle with me for 8 years, I think. Yeah, 9 years before like taking that leap. Like, it's a scary leap, innit?
Can't even imagine. Like, at this point, I'm still safe in my box, like the side hustle box, and
I know. I try like tell people it'll be alright. It'll be all it's going to be right, and you're not going to like.
Exactly.
It'll be fine.
There's always another job if it doesn't go too well. But like I back myself, but you have to back yourself properly at that point.
Yeah, of course. It sounds to me it sounds like a very good job that you've got as well. It's probably like you got probably compared to that job, and then you're like, oh, all right, it's harder then, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just because it's so flexible. Like, if I was to lose that, then I don't know if I'd find one that's as flexible to be able to help me build.
Yeah,
from.
Of course.
But
we've had
you never know.
A lot of the recent coaches we've had on. Shout out Emily Tucker. Shout out Alex Lewis. They're very much the same. Like Emily Tucker, arguably like one of the busiest online coaches in Wales. She still works full time as an actress, and then you've got Alex Lewis, who won PT of the Year for Wales last year. Last year. She's only just gone full time, like, and she had a really big corporate job as well. So it is hard, but I think that's a good way to do it. Like, it gives you time, takes pressure off you then to feel like you have to go salesy and all that jazz. Yeah. You can actually build a reputation instead of trying to think numbers.
Yeah, because I saw a post yesterday, I can't remember who it was, but it was like, being an online coach, as easy as it sounds to some people, it's a lot more things than just, especially if you're on your own, it's a lot more things than just being like writing programming. Like, you're almost a therapist, you're a content creator, you got to learn how to do that. Yeah. I was awful at first. I mean, I'm not great now, but it's getting better. Like, it takes time. But it's constantly evolving, learning new things. But it's all. I mean, I wouldn't have lasted this long if I didn't enjoy it and I didn't love it.
Yeah, of course.
So,
I think a lot of people are self-taught, and they like myself. I remember like doing the Canva post. I didn't even use Canva at the start. I used another app. It was like everyone uses Canva now, didn't they?
Yeah,
including myself. But at the start when I was doing it, there was like another. I can't even remember what it was called. Like Canva, but a lot worse. And I remember doing them and thinking, oh, these are class, and like proper standing out. They're still on my page. We like scroll down right at the start. They're so bad. Like they're not aligned. Like the font size is different. Like it's just like black and white, and there's like a logo in the corner, but it's not like a PNG logo. It's literally like a block logo. I remember like when you first learned to like remove the backgrounds, and that's so cool.
Like, yeah, you can, same thing. You can go through my page and you can slowly see the evolution of, or a DM, like, regression of how it goes as you go down the page. It's bad. But, like, obviously, with my business, it started off a lot of weight loss, like it was, because I mean, you saw me when I was younger, but Alys would have seen, like I was quite a big lad. So it was, after losing weight, that's what people knew me for. So that's what I almost plugged that. I plugged what I could. And then, but now it's slowly evolved into being more performance-based, which I love. But still,
I think that's cool though, because people, like a lot of the people that approach you are going to have a pain point similar to what you had at the start, where they struggled with their weight, they weren't as happy as in their own skin as they'd wish they were, and obviously you took it into your own hands to change that through either, I'm not sure if you had a coach then or not, but regardless of what you did, you had the results, like you worked hard, and like look, have you seen this before and after picture?
Yeah, and I think people like to have somebody that's relatable. You know what I mean? Like it makes you relatable as a person that you come from there.
Maybe that's back to the photo editing that you said.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of that.
I spent a lot of time in lockdown learning photo editing.
No, but like David, it's the opposite of that, isn't it? Where people will find you relatable and trust you then as a coach because you've gone through it and you've. How long did that like transition take you from Because it's a crazy like transformation. In fairness to you.
It was started off. I mean, I started going to the gym at like 16, 17, as everybody did, because I mean, especially if you're playing rugby, just like you get told you have to go to the gym at some point. Yeah. So all right.
Would you go last Sunday?
Yeah.
I mean, classic.
Yeah. Always before training, straight across the fields then. But yeah, started off there, and then, but I lost a fair bit of weight, but the wrong way at first, because I think it was still the bodybuilding mindset that everyone had at that point. You cut out carbs or whatever. You eat a load of protein and you'll lose weight, which I did because I just didn't eat enough. Yeah. Lost weight, lost a fair bit of weight, went to university, started eating again, like a normal person. Yeah. And then started drinking, like got to like the end of second year and you sat there, you finished your exams and you have 10 bottles of bud and a ready meal for dinner. So it's like, you're going to put on weight. And I ballooned up to about 118 kilos.
Were you?
Yeah.
God.
I'm not a tall bloke.
But that's...
I'm 6 foot into some thick shoes. So, but yeah.
But you were quite strong back then, though.
yeah. Bench through the roof. But yeah, so...
What are you now, out of interest?
I was 85 last time I checked in. But that's heavier than I've been. Like, the last couple of weeks have been heavier than I've been in the last 3-4 years.
Looking fit and finished.
Oh, cheers. But yeah, it was luckily after university I started working like a 9 to 5. But I was living in Port Talbot.
Oof.
Yeah, living in Port Talbot. I can't knock it too much. It had me for 3 years. It looked after me.
I'd be there. I was there for about 6 weeks.
Yeah, couldn't do it. So I was commuting to Cardiff every day. Leave in the dark, back in the dark. Oh. But I was
smoke everywhere.
Yeah. Straight, literally got home from work, changed straight to the gym.
In Port Talbot, what gym did you go to?
Warehouse? No, it was Warehouse was actually close to my house, but I didn't actually know. I never went there. It was I think it's Vitality. It was still Vitality.
That's
I think.
A posh one.
I wouldn't even say it's posh.
I was in Warehouse in the pit there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's all the big boys.
I think I trained there once, and I was a bit scared. I was like, it's too much rust in here. At that point,
I genuinely used to go there. I used to live in Margam for 6 weeks, and I went to Warehouse. And there, Chris Jenkins, powerlifter. Do you know him? He's like, he went into like the World Championships in powerlifting, and he's from Port Talbot, and he was training there. Jesus Christ! Like they literally had a pit there, like steel cast iron plates.
Yeah, down the back. Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite a scary place to go. That was lovely bloke, Chris Jenkins. Shout out to Chris, but yeah, very intimidating bloke to train next to.
Yeah, luckily, so I had nothing better to do in Port Talbot at that point. I wasn't playing rugby because didn't really know anybody there, so I just threw myself into the gym and actually learned. Got a coach. Shout out to Eat PT, Dan Morgan.
Oh,
so
Dan Morgan. Yeah, he listens to the show.
He does love the podcast, so he'll be very happy with the shout out.
Oh, big shout out to EPT. If you give him a follow, guys, he's a regular listener of the show. Top bloke. He needs to come on, actually.
Yeah, get him on. So he showed me the proper way of losing weight. So training was perfect for what I needed at the time. I wasn't training rugby, so it was more of a strength training. But actually taught me what to do with my nutrition, which helped a lot,
Yeah.
and ended up losing all the weight that you saw in the before and after photos. So it's from there, I think what he gave me the bones to then go and do my own training, gave me the
That's cool.
the
I know
idea.
now I've seen you've got clients who are also PTs yourself now. So it's kind of like taking a 360 turn, isn't it?
Yeah, Josh Jones, shout out to him. I'll see him tomorrow. But he was a client, enjoyed it, learned what he could with me. He's actually still a client now. He's come back, but changing goals. But he's also a PT now, so give him a follow as well.
It's cool how that's turned around. You know, like you were setting off, then eventually became a PT, and now you're starting people off, and they eventually become a PT. It's cool now.
Yeah, I mean it's the
Al's a bit like that, isn't it? Like, kind of.
Like I started off the race and
greatest form of flattery. I loved it.
Can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's cool, mate. It's a really cool story, to be fair.
Thank you. Yeah. So how long have you been like PT in?
So since
Council.
it opened, really.
Yeah, 2.0.
So I did a little bit of coaching in 1.0.
Nice.
Last week was busy getting this place ready, and then I started coaching as soon as we opened.
So I'm still in awe of this place every time.
It's amazing. We're very, very lucky. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Fair play to you, pal.
Yeah.
Don't wanna blow too much smoke, but I was saying earlier I almost rocked up in my 2.0 t-shirt. I walked out the door, I was like, I can't do this. I was way too brown nosy. Turn around.
That's good.
What a spot.
And the vibe here is amazing. Like, everybody that you coach, they're just a pleasure to coach. You know.
Yeah.
Community is everything, and which is something that I'm glad that we've got here, because
Yeah.
the coach is really important as well as someone that trains here.
Oh, like you were saying, like open gym might not be as busy as you might want it to be, but the classes are absolutely rammed, and you've got that community. Yeah, and that's amazing.
Such a weird gym. Like, I've spoken to this with a few people. Like, when I built this place, I thought, I'll get a really good open gym, like, trying to set myself apart in that area. So I actually invested a lot into the open gym, thinking, like, you know, it'd be nice to get that. So we went out, watching strength and equipment, kit, you know, like yourself, top tier kit. Everyone comes to classes, everyone comes for coaching, everyone comes for the community. Like, I almost regret putting the open gym in. There's a part of me that wants to just put that into another shed on the farm, making it into like a strength area, calling it the strength shed or something. Okay, we'll patent that, by the way, but a strength shed. And then just keeping this place as just a massive class area, because I think that's what Kata Strength, you know, it's the fundamental part of what we are. But something to think of in the future. I'm always trying to like think about how we can improve and what we can do different, like the upstairs and things like that. We got yoga starting next week.
Amazing.
I'm not going to be coaching.
Yeah, I was going to say you're coaching that one. I love to see
Can't
it.
touch my toes, mate. Yeah. Right, today, guys, we are going to touch our toes or try to.
We'll snap both hamstrings and then
Ping.
and then we'll go home.
Yeah, and, we got yoga and Pilates starting next week. Shout out Rachel Harvey and Anna Shaw. They're coming in, joining the coaching team there. So super excited about that. Done yoga?
I did a lot through lockdown, and I think it just gave me something to do when you're only allowed outside once a day, wasn't it?
Can you touch your toes?
I think so. Yeah. It's a bit.
Di, can you touch your toes?
No. 6'3".
Yeah, fair enough.
That's the thing. Yeah, everyone goes, I got long legs.
Yeah, that's me.
Short arms.
Yeah.
T-Rex.
My mobility sucks, but otherwise I can touch my toes. That's probably about it. Otherwise, everything pings every now and then.
Yeah, as you get older, like things just get a little bit tighter. Right? Like you need to get the WD-40 out in the morning.
I mean, I had to retire from rugby at 24, so it's.
You played for Abba, did you?
Yeah, I think we might have crossed over like pre-season games when I was like just turned 18. But
yeah, I didn't play like too much for Abba. I was always like back and forth. But...
Yeah, it was only like pre-season or something like that. But
so, how old are you again?
28.
Who was in your year then? Who was like? Is Carol
Ben Jones.
Ben, yeah.
So
Carol's older than you. Carol's 13, eh?
Yeah, he's a couple of years older. You had like Kaz, Steph.
Big Ben.
Yeah, Big Ben.
Just come back from skiing now, yeah.
Yeah, they looked like they had the fun.
He's a good lad, Ben is. Yeah.
Make sure he listens to this one. I'll tell him this week.
We had I coached Lampeter, like we're in Div 2, and then obviously Aberystwyth are in Div 1, but we played each other at Christmas time, and it was a good little game, like proper like derby, Boxing Day derby, where you went very festive, fighting, etc. And Ben plays on the wing or full back. I can't remember what he was playing that day, but we were just like giving him a boost in the touchline, and he was like lapping it up and finishing. He's fast with the jokes, isn't he? Go Ben.
He's very quick.
You can't get on top of him.
Annoyingly.
Yeah, annoyingly. I was trying to like catch him with a bit of banter, but he just come back with something and just put me back in the fuck. But yeah, character is.
Yeah, I can't remember who else was my year, like Rob Sutton, Liam Cashman. Like there wasn't not too many of us have carried on into. A lot of us left, to be fair. Ben came back. But that's what I was saying when people are asking what how come I was coming up. I was like, Rhys is doing a pod. You're highlighting a lot of people from ABBA as well, which is nice. Like, I don't think ABBA gets as much of a highlight as other places down south does. Anyway, definitely not. So it's nice that you've built this.
There's a lot going on, to be fair, like this part of the world.
Yeah,
people,
definitely.
It's like a lot of people come on holiday this way, do they? It is nice. To be fair, I think Over the Falls, like they do a class job as well, to be fair. Shout out Over the Falls podcast. Leave them a review. If you're watching this on YouTube, you've got a mug out on the coffee table.
Yeah. That's the rest of the show. It's just the mug.
But no, I agree. It's good to support local people there. I think it's like I saw something the other day. Like people will go out of their way to share a post on social media from a celebrity that they never met, but they won't share their friend or someone local's like business or page. Like myself or yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll start off like relatively newly. Like you're in year 4. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like it's good to share and support, isn't it?
No, it doesn't cost anything to share a post, does it?
I've always thought like I don't understand why people don't do it more, but. Yeah, so I always like try and go on my way to do that. But you got like friends who will never share your things. It's weird.
Yeah, Ben.
Yeah, Ben. If you're listening, please share the show.
Yeah, it's definitely something that, like, especially around here, I think it's definitely more prevalent here that people share each other's stuff, which is nice. Like, down south, it's always like you've got to get one up. I feel it's very. I mean, it is a saturated market, but still, you gotta like give your friends some help.
Yeah. How's the running going?
Yeah, it's going well. Like, can't complain too much. First marathon last year.
Paris, I saw that.
Yeah, it was class.
It looks good.
It was good fun.
You had a good time as well, didn't you?
It wasn't what I wanted, but yeah, 325.
What did you want?
Close to like 310. Both hamstring cramped at like 24k.
Yeah.
So I was like 18k of just slogging, shuffling.
Is that your first marathon?
Yeah, first. Only at the moment, but I've got one booked for December this year, going over to Valencia.
Oh, class.
So that'll be fun. Apparently it's very flat, so I'm looking forward to it.
Be warm though. December would be too warm.
No, I suppose like a lot of people I spoke to have said it's like the perfect weather.
Is it?
Yes, it's like sunny, but like not too hot.
So you're gonna try and peak for that then?
Yeah. I don't know what the year's gonna look like. I'm still teetering on the do I jump on the hyrox? The hyrox hype. I've got a few friends who want to do a doubles, so I might just.
I feel like you can like easily bring that in to marathon training. Like we train like an elite triathlete here, Gaz Hodgson, and he for context he qualified for the World Championships not too long ago. Like very good triathlete. He's like I might do hyrox because you could just like it's an hour in it. You almost don't have to train for it. Like. If you've got that aerobic capacity, you're a good runner. You're going to learn squat to depth on a wall ball. Not that most hyrox don't. That's another ick I've got in the fitness industry.
That kills me. Painful.
Why don't they like tighten up when they're judging?
I have no idea. Because the problem is you'll have two people right next to each other and they're completely differently like.
Because CrossFit, in fairness to CrossFit, would be there's a bit of inconsistency with the judging there as well, but they're a lot tighter when it comes to judging than they do in hyrox. Hyrox is just anything goes almost.
I think but I always feel that if you're not paying your judges and it's volunteering.
They're not paid, are they?
No, it's all volunteered. I guess CrossFit's the same though, isn't it? I think even with the games are volunteers. I think most of them.
Are they? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I think that's.
I feel the hyrox. Some of the wall balls are shocking.
It's hilarious.
I know.
But the thing is, you're trying to do them in like carbon plated shoes. It's not meant for it.
Nah, you're right. Where'd you see hyrox go in?
I don't know. It's a night in the UK anyway. It's a nightmare to try and get a spacer anywhere. Like everything's got to be balloted now. It's still growing. I think it's accessible to most people, right? And especially for runners coming in, like you said, you don't need. It's very low skill. The stuff isn't too heavy. Like the sled push probably the hardest part because of the weight on that. If you haven't pushed that weight before, it's going to be hard.
Especially for an out-and-out runner or something like that.
So I think it could still keep growing this year at least. But
I was having a conversation. I did my CrossFit level 2 on the weekend, and obviously we were talking to the coaches there and the CrossFit coaching staff and like where they think it's going, and they were all like, "Oh, they'll have to adapt it, for it to grow, because you can't just continue to do the same workout all the time." But I feel like if you keep adapting it, you're just going to end up. It's going to get more like CrossFit, then, isn't it? Because the way you make hyrox harder is you add in weight, and if you keep adding weight, you're going to reach the ceiling all the time.
Yeah.
And like, your Hunter McIntyres of the world who are like top tier hyrox athletes. They're strong athletes. Well, Hunter went to the games, didn't he, about 8 years ago. So I don't know where this is going to go.
But if you adapted it, it takes away the comparison side of things, I think. Like, people go and they do it again because they want to get better. And, like, that's why CrossFit did the benchmark WODs. Like, was it the girl name WODs or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, that is the reason they've got those, because you can benchmark, you can go back and do it again. People want to see progress. And I think that's why hyrox is addictive to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because if you do a bit of training after doing your first one, you're probably going to get a better time.
Yeah.
Same with everything, I guess. But especially with running as well. Like, I feel like running is one of those sports where it's really accessible, and the more you train, you will get better. Like weightlifting, sometimes you can plateau quite quickly. Running, I find like you can keep going and keep getting better quite a lot if you're training consistently. And
the boring side of it is what makes it addictive, I think, as well, because you can just continue to measure against what you've done. Like your 5k, run a 5k 1 week. 28 minutes, run 5k month after 25, whatever, do you know what I mean? But you can see the progress, can you?
Yeah. It's addictive. Yeah. Massively.
Yeah, I'm hoping to do one this year.
Yeah? Yeah. You're going to go away for it? Or are you going to try and get one in the UK? Yeah, I think that's how I feel. Like, I'm going to get a holiday out of it.
Oh, fuck, I can't get it. I can't. I'm struggling to go watch a rugby game on the weekend. We'll have to do a 7. We're going to do the Open this year, then?
Probably a stay away from it this year after I tore my quad in October, so I'm just getting back to full training. So I feel like throwing myself into the Open is probably a bad idea.
If you change your mind, come down.
Yeah. Was that end of Feb?
Yeah.
You can have big Friday night lights or something like that. Yeah.
It's planned, yeah.
Class.
Hopefully, yeah. First Open in the gym. I'm quite excited about it.
That'll be amazing, especially with the community you've got.
Yeah. No, I am looking forward to it.
DJ decks out, everything.
I'm doing my judges course now online, and I thought this was going to be a piece of piss now. But like, trying to count double unders is like, you're watching this video and there's this woman doing 300 double unders, and you got to count it like 1, 2, 3, and like you just get it wrong by 1, and you got to try it all again. I'm like, shit. It's like quite frustrating.
I can imagine. Yeah, no, that's solid. Because I remember I did it a few years back, but then they just signed off pretty much that you were like, you did it RX, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, as long as they saw that you had the weight, like there was no real judging in a class. Like,
to be fair, like the likelihood of anyone in your genuine regular class going to the games is probably going to be very slim, unless you've got an ON or something like that. But so, I don't blame them for just brilliant.
Carry on.
Once it gets into that regional semi-final stage, you've obviously got to tighten up quite a bit. But it's like the thing now. Like everyone, like every CrossFitter, like on social media is kicking off about wraps, the leather wraps being banned for the games. Have you seen that?
Oh, I hadn't seen that.
No. Like the gymnastics wraps. Yeah. They banned the leather wraps. You can use them as like a lever, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So they banned them in the CrossFit Games, and you get like all these CrossFitters kicking off. Like, mate, you're not going to go to the games. Like, the chance of you going to just use them. You're fine. Like, it's like PL Predators being banned as a football boot, and like people who want PL Predators kicking off when they're playing Football Street or Penrith Cook on the weekend. Like, you're not going to be playing in the Premier League. Like, you're fine.
It's completely fair. Yeah.
You can crack on. Like,
yeah.
We're in a PL Predator.
You're not going. Yeah. Nobody's going to come in and snipe you.
Yeah. Unless you're like that top 1% who do make it to that level. It probably affects you, but it doesn't affect.
No. Yeah. People take things to heart too quickly.
It's keynotes. Yeah. The term in like rugby is a nose. If like your rugby nose.
Yeah.
And like we just talk about rugby all the time. Yeah. It's like a CrossFit nose. It's another ick in the fitness industry, guys.
CrossFit nose.
Yeah. Where can people find your gops, and have you got anything on the horizon that you'd like to plug for the millions of listeners?
So I'd probably main avenues, Instagram and I guess TikTok, Coach Gopalan, one word. Gopalan, Gopalan, because no one's ever spelt that right. And also Culture of Fitness coming up. We're going to have some group programming, be some interesting stuff on there.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure to have you on, mate. Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Yes.